stream. Let's go ahead and get it going. All right, let's get. All right, where's Twitch at, man? Come on. Come on. Let's go ahead and get it going. YouTube live control panel. Maybe that's it. Bro, how'd I pull up the chat? Come on, bro. How do I pull up the chat? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Bro, come on. Don't do me like this. Don't do me like this. Come on, bro. Where's this? Where's the chat? Where's the chat? Where's the chat? Chat. There we go. There it is. There it is. What's going on? All right, let's go live on TikTok as well. Hey, what's up, King? That boy King. I'm cutting weight, bro. I'm cutting weight. Relax, buddy. Relax. Let's go live on TikTok real quick. All right, where's the YouTube chat? Where did the YouTube chat go? Let's not put it there. Let's put it over here. There we go. There we go. What's up, McLovin? How we doing? How we doing? Hey, are we live on Twitch? Hey, y'all go follow my Twitch as well. We just started a Twitch account. Let's see. Can everybody hear me? Nice and clear? There we go. There it is. There it is. All right. Let's let some people get in here. And we're going to talk about Ilia Topuria again. And Islam. And a little bit of Charles. But yeah. What's going on? What's going on? Bro, I got to stop rubbing my hands together. Hey, can y'all hear me good? I tried to turn my mic up a little bit from last time. Let's go. Let's go. All right, let's fix this. All right, guys, we got some stuff to talk about. Hopefully, y'all mess with the thumbnail, bro. Hey, y'all go follow my Twitch before we start. Y'all go follow the Twitch. We got 7 followers on there. We just started it. Let me pull up the YouTube, make sure everything's working here. Pull up the YouTube. Who do you want to see Charles face if he beats Ilia and if he loses? Also, we hear you perfectly. I appreciate you. If Charles wins, then Charles versus Armand. I want to see that rematch. I don't think Islam will come back down for Charles. Let's see. And then if Ilia wins, I'm kind of starting to think. I know I said the other day that I don't think Islam would come back down. I'm starting to change my mind, guys. I'm starting to change my mind. Things are getting tense between Islam and Ilia. What do you think of Mrs. Puff cutting down to 165 to face Larry the Lobster Man? It's a tough weight cut, bro. You know, especially dehydrating a fish, an aquatic animal like that, is tough, bro. They need their water, so that's going to be tough. We'll have to see. Do you think Khalil Roundtree beats Jamal Hill? That's a good fight, bro. That is a good fight. I think he does. Hey, y'all go follow the Twitch if you haven't already. Y'all go follow the Twitch. Charles and Max would go so hard. I do want to see that fight, but Max he's got to get through Dustin. But I don't think I'm sure Arman Sarukian's going to fight again. I don't think that they're going to if he wins, I don't think they're going to push him to the back of the line again. If he wins, he's going to fight for the title. Hopefully. You never know with Dana, but hopefully. Charles Patty, if Charles loses, that'd be a good fight, bro. That would be a great fight. All right, let's get into this, y'all. Ilia or Islam? Islam. I think Islam wins that fight. I don't think that's even the toughest test for Islam. I think the toughest test at 155 is Arman Sarukian. But that's a conversation for another day. Let's go ahead. Hey, watch this, y'all. Watch this. I've been practicing. Look, hold on. Ilia versus Volk at lightweight. Who wins? Ilia chins him again, sadly. But we know the real reason why Ilia moved up was because he's scared of Volk. Let's go, Michael. Hey, we got to run some World Cup, bro. We got to. We got to. But guys, things are heating up between Ilia Topuria and Islam. I'm changing my opinion, bro. I'm changing my opinion by decision or what? If who? Ilia? Oh, Islam. I think Islam would submit Ilia. To be honest with you, I think Islam would be able to finish him. I think he would. Who you got winning, Charles or Ilia? We're gonna talk about it here in a second, but I'm gonna let you know right now, Ilia. Sadly, I think Ilia's probably going to TKO him. He's gonna knock him out, bro. He's gonna knock him out. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. We're about to get into it. Y'all go follow the Twitch, bro. Y'all go follow the Twitch. Road to 10 followers, bro. Road to 10. Apparently, Jelton Almeida wants to go down to 205 to face Ankalaev. Is that legit? Jelton Almeida? Is that not a massive weight cut for him? What does he weigh? Like, is he in like the 230s maybe? Maybe he's a smaller heavyweight. I don't know. That's a tough fight. Definitely would go with Ankalaev, but I don't really care to see that matchup. Not gonna lie, he would run light heavyweight. There's no grapplers left. Dude, Jelton Almeida, you might not like him. Twitch name is the same, Michael. I appreciate you for asking. It's the same. But yeah, Jelton Almeida, if he goes to 205, if the weight cut is not too much, he's a big dude. He posted on his Instagram. Okay. I mean, that fight doesn't interest me that much, but hey, if he wants to go to 205, you're right. He could run 205 for a little bit. I don't think he beats Ankalaev, but he could beat a lot of fighters with his grappling ability. You may not like him, but he's a phenomenal grappler. Israel Adesanya fan, let's go. What's up? Islam wanted to move up before he even knew Ilia. I agree. That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about it. We are going to talk about it. DDP or Chimaev, and by what? I think DDP by decision, guys. I almost made that the thumbnail. I think that could be fight of the year. I think that potentially could be fight of the year. Right now, I think it's JDM and Bilal. And who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? But for that matchup, I'm thinking Chimaev by sub. You know, the casual pick, if you want to say that. But yeah, I think Chimaev's too good. He's a generational talent. How do you think JDM versus Islam plays out? Also, another fight of the year contender. I think we're going to see. Oh, Islam's just so much more skilled than Bilal. I think we could see it kind of similar. Maybe Islam gets him down. JDM tries to scramble up to his feet. But this time, if JDM's trying to scramble up to his feet, Islam could, pull out the patented Darce choke. He's got the threat of the submission on the ground. Bilal does not have that. So I'm leaning towards Islam. Maybe by submission, maybe by decision. Probably decision. I don't know. Finally know who the welterweight champ is now. That's funny. Charles Oliveira, live decapitation. I hope not. Who do you want to see Izzy fight next? I want to see him get that one back with Strickland, to be honest. I want to see him get it back with Strickland. Who do you like better, Israel or Justin? Izzy. Izzy is my GOAT, bro. It's my Pookie. My favorite fighter. I do like Justin Gaethje, though. Got to see that man live. I think JDM got lucky with Bilal. You think he got lucky? I don't know, man. I don't know. I think he's just that good. I think he's a bad matchup for Bilal Muhammad. But yeah, I don't think he got lucky. Hey, I appreciate you. Love my quizzes. I appreciate you. I just posted a new video on TikTok. A new video I did. Let me know if y'all like it. Hot take, Arman versus Islam 2 was more interesting than Ilia versus Islam. Arman is an incredible grappler and is not quite as light as Ilia. I think Islam mauls Ilia. Arman not so easy. I kind of agree with you, bro. I agree. Arman is the tougher fight in my eyes, bro. He is. Is Charles going to take on Ilia? Yes. For the vacant lightweight title. If you haven't heard, Islam Makhachev is moving up to 170 and he vacated his title. Charles versus Ilia is going to headline UFC 317 for the vacant title. Islam did beat Arman before, yeah, years ago. Arman's only 28, not even in his prime yet. Yeah, facts. They did fight a long time ago, and I think that was Arman's debut on short notice as well, and it was a good fight. But both fighters have grown so much since then. I think Islam is going to lose badly at welterweight and come back down at lightweight. I hope not, bro. I don't want Islam to lose ever. He's one of my favorite fighters, bro. But yeah, if he loses, does that take away from the hype of Ilia and Islam if they fight? I think it does. I think it does. Hey, I appreciate you. Love your videos. Appreciate you, bro. Fear Charles is getting flatlined. I think he's going to get put out. I don't think it's going to be as one-sided as some people might think. We're going to talk about it later. Let's get into this. If Islam would have fought Arman at 311, won, and then beat Ilia, and then moved up and beat JDM for double champ, he'd be the GOAT. Yes, for sure. I don't even think there would be a conversation. Would have the best. He would have the best quality of wins out of anybody, and he already has that argument. All right. So, if any of y'all have been paying attention to MMA Twitter today, maybe it was yesterday, maybe it was today, I don't know. But Islam and Ilia have been going back and forth. They're kind of re-sparking this little rivalry they have brewing. So, if you were on my last stream, y'all asked if I thought Islam was going to fight Ilia after he fights JDM, and I said no. I was pretty confident in that as well. But the beef is stirring. I think Dana's got money signs coming out of his eyes right now. Because this is a super fight. This is a super fight between two of the biggest stars in the sport. Yeah, I think Ilia's barking at him, doing his best to try to get that fight. I'm gonna be honest. I think he's trying to get that fight and prove himself. But okay, to start the whole thing, Ilia said something to Charles. It goes back even further, but as of yesterday or today, Ilia tweeted at Charles and said on June 28th, something along these lines. I'm paraphrasing. On June 28th, I'm going to reach my dream of becoming lightweight champion as well. I'm sorry, Charles, I have to do this. I'm sorry your boy Islam was running away. Something like that. Here you go. It's unfortunate that Makhachev run away. Now, that's ballsy, bro. I think Ilia's doing this to try to get that fight with Islam. I think he is. What would you rather see again, Pereira versus Yuri or Jamal Hill versus Pereira? I don't want to see either of those, bro. I don't want to see either of those. I think Pereira KOs both of them again. What is the key to beat Ilia? I think it's to keep him at distance and outpoint him and frustrate him. Yeah, we've never really seen Ilia on the back foot, so maybe pressure. That's scary though. I want to see the ground game. It's hard to figure out a blueprint to beat him right now because we haven't seen him tested or in deep waters. We haven't seen him really taken down except for by Bryce Mitchell for a second. But we're gonna find out when he fights Charles Oliveira. Ilia is so predictable and relies on one punch power. I don't know about that. He's got the hands, bro. The combos are nasty. Thoughts on Conor McGregor? I don't know, bro. I don't know. He just tweeted something. This is nothing new. We see it all the time. But he just said he's coming back. He said, Dana, let me make my return. Something like that. I don't know if I worded that right, but maybe we see him back. Maybe we don't. I don't really care at this point. Obviously, I want to see him back, but I'm not going to look too much into it. But then the Twitter beef continues, guys. The Twitter beef continues. If Kamaru wins, he's next for the title. I don't think so, bro. I would love to see that happen. I would absolutely love to see that happen. I love Kamaru Usman, but welterweight's kind of stacked right now. They got Sean Brady, who I guess he's number 2 contender right now since Bilal just lost. Shavkat Rakhmonov. They've got Buckley, Usman, Ian Gary. There's just a lot of good contenders. I don't know if Kamaru wins, if he's going to go right back into a title shot. He might. It's possible. But I think he has to lose, or I think he has to win 2 in a row, to be honest. But, so, I guess this is Islam's response. Yeah, this is Islam's response to Ilia's tweet that I just showed. You are a nobody in the lightweight division. Just a big mouth from Spain with a nice haircut. I'm going to be honest, I don't know why he added the nice haircut part. It's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. But yeah, he said he's a nobody at lightweight, which some fans out there just think, they're tired of Islam fighting featherweights, quote unquote featherweights, which, yes, they are technically featherweights, but these are the best featherweights in the world, the best fighters in the world. Will we be seeing UFC on PlayStation streams? Yes. Yes, Snell Bob. Hey, we're going to play UFC 5 on stream next week, I think. I think we're going to try to do that next week. But yeah. But Ilia's response to Islam was the difference between me and you is that I'm a man and you are a coward. He's taking shots at the pound for pound king. It is a clean haircut. Facts. Facts. Buckley versus Kamaru is the number one contenders fight. Had they said that? Had they said that? Because you got guys like Ian Gary, and if Islam wins, I could see the UFC trying to push Ian Gary, bro. I really could. I really could. Maybe not the most intriguing matchup at welterweight, but I could see it happening. Definitely see it happen. Huge. That's funny. Is Ilia the best boxer in the UFC? Yes. I think he is. I want Kamaru versus Bilal. I do too, bro. Beef is already there, and Bilal has to fight someone. Yeah, I think we could potentially get that fight whether Kamaru Usman wins or loses. Honestly, it makes sense either way to me. I hope Kamaru Usman comes and gets a dub, bro. Please get a dub for my sanity. People talking Islam duck Ilia while he's literally going to fight someone bigger and more dangerous than Ilia. Facts. Facts. I think Ilia versus Charles is going to be like Dustin versus Charles. And Charles will try to clinch and strike in the clinch and will go for the sub and won't try to strike with Ilia. Yeah, I don't think Charles is going to strike with Ilia either. Ilia is also a better. This might be a hot take to some of y'all. He's a better fighter than Prime Dustin, bro. Come on. He's a better striker. He's better everywhere. He's better everywhere. Which fight are you most excited for? Charles versus Ilia, Dricus versus Hamzat, or Islam and JDM? Oh, I'll rank him for you. I'll rank him. I was actually thinking about this the other day. At the one, I would put Islam and JDM, to be honest. Islam trying to reach his dreams, his goal of becoming double champ. Also, very intriguing fight, especially after JDM's last performance. I'd say Islam, JDM at the one. Two would be Dracus and Hamzat. That's one of the most anticipated fights in the year for me as well. So I put that at the two, and then Charles Ilia at the three. All three banger fights, though. All three banger fights. Islam cleaned his division before moving up, unlike Ilia. Sort of cleaned out his division. But yeah, I'm not disagreeing that he should be able to move up at all. Not disagreeing. Very different situation, as you'll see. Yeah, Ilia. Did he defend? Yeah, defended his title one time and then moved up. But yeah, you can't blame either of them for trying to move up, in my opinion. I'm putting the house on Hamzat. Dracus Du Plessis might do it, but yeah, I'm rocking with Hamzat as well. I'm rocking with Hamzat. See, I sadly got to go eat, but I'll be back soon. All right, King. Hey, we'll be right here, gang. We'll be right here. My thoughts on Ilia and Islam is this. I won't say Islam is a straight up duck. He's moving up to fight his biggest and strongest opponent yet. Facts. But at the same time, he probably thinks that another dangerous featherweight like Ilia isn't worth the risk. I can see why someone would call that ducking. Okay, I like that. I like that point of view. You're 100% the best MMA content creator. I agree, bro. I agree. But thank you. Thank you. Hey, go check out my new video, my latest video on TikTok. Let me know what y'all think. But yeah, I like that take, McLovin. I wouldn't call it ducking because, yeah, he's going to fight a bigger fighter. Sort of a similar style, I guess. Sort of. But yeah, he's moving up to fight a true welterweight instead of fighting a featherweight. But yeah, I don't think it's ducking, but it is what it is. Maybe they'll fight one day. Maybe both guys can continue to win and the fight gets even more hyped, bro. When do you see the Aspinall fight being made? Honestly, I was not thinking this fight. I had no what's the word, guys? What's the word? I had no expectations. Okay, I'm cooking. Hold on. I had no expectations for that fight. I did not think it was going to get booked. But the more I'm thinking about it, the more that I'm hearing, obviously, don't believe what you hear Dana say, bro. You can't believe, you can't trust that man. But the closer and closer we get, I think Tom Aspinall and John Jones will happen. And I think we're going to have to wait all the way until November, bro. I think we're going to have to wait to another Madison Square Garden card because John Jones has said multiple times that he wants, 6 months to prepare for Tom Aspinall. And yeah, I think he has a thing for Madison Square Garden, bro. He doesn't want to fight anywhere else. I'll believe it when I see it. I agree. I agree. I would say 55% that it does happen. Definitely not convinced, but yeah, I'm leaning more towards it is going to happen. I like the vids where you try to get 40 title wins. Facts, bro. Hey, we're posting day 19 right after the stream. I think day 19. Islam's the GOAT if he beats JDM and gets one defense. Also, Volkan Islam have passed up Silva and DJ. It's a hardcore take, Tyler. It's a hardcore take. Is Islam the GOAT if he beats JDM? He's 100% number 2 at least. I'm not mad if you put him 1. I'd put him 2 for sure. If he defends or beats Ilia as well, I'd say he's the GOAT. I would say he's the GOAT. I lost hope for this fight. I don't blame you. Jones is the only one who could delay the defend or vacate rule this long. Facts, bro. The only other person that could possibly do it would be McGregor. But we know Dana White's got a little thing going on with John Jones. Jones is a little zesty too, so y'all watch out. I don't know what they got going on behind the scenes, bro. But they got something. It's getting scary. Shavkat just had surgery, so he's going to be out a hot minute. Oh, I forgot about that. Shavkat versus winner of Buckley Usman. I like that idea, actually. Eric, shout out Eric. It's a great idea. I heard Ian and Sean Brady actually talking about, I think they both like verbally agreed that they want to fight each other. So maybe they do make Ian Gary versus Sean Brady as a number 1 contenders fight. And yeah, that'd be perfect for Shavkat to fight the winner. You know, he was next in line for the title. Unfortunately, he got hurt, had to pull out, had to get surgery. So he might get sort of some Arman Sarukian treatment. Maybe not as harsh. But yeah. Jones is not for me the GOAT because of the things that happen outside the cage. DJ is the GOAT. That's fine. That's fine if you think that. But yeah, okay, that's fine. I hear a lot of people say that because of the steroids, because of him getting in trouble. That's fine. How if Jones had 16 title defenses? See, I'm a quality over quantity guy, man. You're never going to see a UFC fighter get close to 16 title wins ever again. You'll be lucky if you see 10, bro. You're probably never going to see 10 ever. The quality of opponent is just so much better. The competition's higher. People's primes are getting shorter. These younger fighters are on the come up, taking out the old heads. So I think Islam would be over Jones if those two things happen. If he beats JDM and Ilia, and Shavkat or whoever, then his quality of wins, I could tell you his 5 best wins would be better than Jones's 5 best wins, and it wouldn't even be close. Who do you think Izzy fights next? I think it's going to be Strickland. I think they're going to run that one back. I think they'll run that one back. I want to see that too. Maybe not the most entertaining fight, but I want to see him get that one back bad. Okay, hold on. What did that one say? If Jones beats Aspinall, bro, facts. If Jones beats Aspinall, Islam needs 2 defenses. Yeah, if John Jones goes up there, puts a stamp on his GOAT status, and beats Tom Aspinall, bro, it's hard. It's hard to argue against him, bro. It is hard. Real hard. What up, Lawson? What's up? He fought Moreno 37 times. Where's Pantoja? Oh, where's Pantoja at? In the GOAT list? Man, Pantoja's not in my top 10. He is not in my top 10. Jones's career is tarnished simply because he's not fighting Tom. I disagree. Part of it makes sense. Obviously, to this extent, no. Part of it makes sense, but even if he doesn't fight Aspinall, I don't think you can, negatively impact his GOAT status for that. But what would you rather see? John Jones versus Tom Aspinall or Jones versus Francis? Ooh, I kind of want to say Jones and Aspinall. I know Francis is still the bigger name, but Tom Aspinall's the better fighter. I think Tom Aspinall would beat Francis Ngannou. I think Jones would beat Francis Ngannou a lot easier than he would have. He'd have a lot easier time with Francis than Tom Aspinall, is what I'm trying to say. Do you think Islam will ever go back to lightweight? Now I'm kind of thinking he might. I feel like it's 50-50 though. We'll have to see how it goes with JDM. That's a big weight cut this late into his career. He's not super old, but he's been around the UFC for a while. Him having to cut back down to 155 is going to be tough on his body. He obviously is moving up. He said multiple times he doesn't want to make 155 again. So it's possible, but if him and Ilia keep beefing, Dana White's going to love that. He's going to offer him a lot of money to come back down if that's what he wants to do, but we'll have to see. Pantoja not in top 20. Pantoja top 20 to 15. Dude, I don't know where I'd rank Pantoja. He's so under the radar, bro. The flyweights just get so underrated, bro. Who you got, Ilia versus Charles? I got Ilia right now. But the odds are crazy, bro. The odds are crazy. Let's look at this last tweet, though. I didn't get to the last one. Okay, so Um, let's see. Okay, so Islam responded to Ilia and said the difference between me and you is that I cleaned the top list in my division, moved to the next, but you ran away from two contenders who had consecutive 5 to 9 wins in the featherweight division, which was true. But I don't think you can't say that Ilia Topuria was ducking. He knocked out the greatest featherweights of all time. He's not ducking Mozart. He's not ducking Diego Lopez. But you're nobody in the lightweight division, just a big mouth from Spain with a nice haircut. Again, I don't know why he had the nice haircut. He's not wrong, but yeah, that was kind of weird. Go get one W and we can talk. That's what gives me hope. That last part, guys. That last part down here. Go get one W and we can talk, boy. I don't know what Islam's adding the boy for. But that's what gives me hope, bro. See, originally I didn't think this fight was going to happen. I thought it was basically out the window. But I don't know. He's getting a little aggravated with Topuria, it sounds like. The money's going to be right. It's going to be a super fight, especially if Islam beats JDM, especially if Ilia beats Charles. If Ilia doesn't beat Charles, then it's not going to happen. But I think he will. I don't know, man. They're kind of building suspense for this. They're kind of building suspense. But another thing that bothers me is I don't think Islam had any intentions of coming back down because he vacated his title. Did the UFC force him to vacate? I don't know. But he vacated his title, so that makes me think he's not coming back down. Maybe he is. I hope he is. I hope he goes out there, beats JDM, and comes down and beats Ilia. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT if that happens. I'd argue right now in the UFC, Tom is a bigger name than Francis. I disagree. I know Francis isn't in the UFC, but I still think Francis Ngannou is a bigger name than Tom Aspinall. You'd be surprised. A lot of people don't know Tom Aspinall. Like people that don't keep up with the UFC, they know Francis Ngannou. They don't necessarily know Tom Aspinall. Maybe they've heard the name because of Jones, but they probably wouldn't be able to pick him out to call Ilya a pretty boy. Ali jealous of Topuria's hair. What's more possible, Conor coming back or Tom versus John? Conor coming back at all? Oh, I'm going to say Tom and John. I think they're both kind of 50-50 to me. If Conor McGregor comes back at all, I don't know, bro. He gets in I think he's bipolar, bro. I think he's bipolar. Conor McGregor will go on these spurts and he's like, "Hey Dana, I want to come back." He'll be training. He'll post some footage, and then the next week he'll be, "Yeah, I want to get out of my contract. I'm running for president of Ireland." Come on, bro. Make up your mind. But he should fight Michael Chandler now. It makes sense. It's it's a winnable fight for McGregor at this point. Or hold on, guys. I know what the UFC is going to do. Hold on. Dana just sent me the script telepathically. Islam's going to go up to 170. He's going to beat Jack Della Maddalena. Conor McGregor's going to come in, and Conor McGregor's going to immediately fight for the title at 170 against Islam, and we're going to get Khabib versus McGregor too. What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? You can't. No, I know it wouldn't make any sense, but you can't tell me you would not be hype. Dude, that'd be so funny. I wouldn't even complain, bro. I think the UFC is trying to stay away from double champs. Yeah, that's what it looks like. That's definitely what it looks like. But they had to have offered Islam something. Offer him some money or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's weird. Islam definitely deserves to become double champ. If you're giving it to guys like Henry Cejudo, why not give it to Islam? And he's talked about it a bunch. He wants to become double champ. I want second belt. Brother, who give him? Got to go to sleep. Have a nice stream. See you on day 19. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Eric, you'd be mad if we got Conor versus Islam? Y'all think that one would be closer now? Dude, I would love that, bro. I would love that. Very, very unlikely, guys. The percentage chance is under 1%. Just throwing stuff out there. McLovin, DJ can't be the GOAT because he lacks high quality wins aside from Cejudo, who he also lost to. Yeah, the thing with Mighty Mouse is he's obviously the GOAT of flyweight in my opinion. But Alex Pereira fan, I appreciate you, bro. Back in here again with the roses. But okay, yeah, Mighty Mouse, he's definitely the flyweight GOAT. But yeah, it's hard to put him as the GOAT to me. Which yeah, he has a loss against Cejudo, which was his last fight in the UFC. A split decision loss. Very competitive. But yeah, the names at flyweight were just not good, bro. They were not good. That's what I'm talking about with the evolution of the game. It's just it's just a lot different. A lot different nowadays. And that wasn't even that long ago. McGregor gets it done. Oh, McGregor gets done like Dan Hooker. Facts. Submitted in the first. Is that what you think? Dude, imagine a world where Conor comes back, fights Islam, and somehow pulls it off. Somehow. It would make zero sense. Would y'all be mad? Would y'all be mad? Poop Stealer, what's good? Poop Stealer is crazy. Islam versus Prime Usman. Who wins? That's a banger fight. Islam or Usman? Ooh, oh, I gotta think about that one. Islam. I'm gonna go Usman. I think I'd go Usman. Yeah, I'm gonna go Usman. I think Usman. I think I'd go Kamaru Usman. How are you, Unky? I'm good, bro. How you doing? Do you play UFC 5? Yes. We're gonna try to get UFC 5 on stream starting next week, probably starting on Tuesday. Maharse Oliveira, facts. Prime Connor versus current Ilia. That'd be beautiful. Beautiful to watch, and I would lean towards Ilia Topuria. Casual poop stealer MMA. Casual poop stealer taking MMA. It's my new nickname, y'all. It's my new nickname. Shout out poop stealer in the chat though. Shout out poop stealer. Dropping the follow. I mean, he was fighting guys like Tim Elliott coming off tough. Yeah, dude, they didn't have any flyweights, bro. They didn't have any. They really didn't. I think Kamaru beats Islam and Habib at 170. Dude, imagine a prime Usman versus a prime Habib or Islam. Either one. I need another Conor title run. Dude, I would love it. I would not be mad at that at all. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, if you're new here, go ahead and follow my Twitch, Casual Take MMA. Go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube. We're streaming on all 3 platforms right now and TikTok. But y'all go follow the Twitch account. I'm gonna set my schedule on there. And if you're in the Discord, go ahead and join the Discord as well. We're just shouting out everything. I'm gonna have my schedule set hopefully by this week. We're gonna try to get here back on stream on Saturday for the fight night. Maybe do another fight companion. But yeah. Y'all go follow the Twitch, subscribe to the YouTube. DDP is the best middleweight of all time if he beats Hamzat. This is another tough situation because the new age of UFC is a lot different. It's hard to compare generations, bro. It is because Anderson Silva's my goat at middleweight. I'm sure he's most people's goats. But what does he have, 11 title wins? It's just quality over quantity. Yes, the quality of Dricus Du Plessis' wins would be insane. A lot better than Silva's, right? But, like, what is this, his third title defense? Third. But yeah, I would put him second for sure. One, I don't know. It's not a crazy take at all. It's not a crazy take, but I'd put him 2. I would put him 2. Prime Connor versus Prime Usman. Kamaru Usman wins that one, I think. I think Usman wins that one. Izzy's in the way. Hamzat's a better win than any of Anderson's facts. I agree. Hamzat Chimaev, I'm just going to say this, Hamzat Chimaev would have destroyed Anderson Silva in 1 round. Faster than Robert Whittaker, bro. Dricus Du Plessis needs to beat at least 2 or 3 more top contenders to become the GOAT. I think I agree. If he beats Hamzat, who else is in that division? Kaio maybe, Nasruddin Imavov. If he takes out all of those guys, I'm fine with you putting him as the GOAT, bro. Those are better wins than Izzy and Anderson Silva. So I wouldn't be mad at that. Connor sweats on Islam. Islam gets tested post-fight and tests positive for roids. Connor wins via DQ. Yeah, and then Connor pops for coke at the end. But Dana just ignores it because Connor's champion. He don't care. DDP may have the best resume, but not the GOAT yet. Yes, I agree with that. I agree with that for sure. But if Dracus beats Hamzat Chimaev, big if, by the way, if he beats Hamzat Chimaev, beats a Nasruddin Imavov, beats a Caio Borralho or somebody like that, that's not ridiculous, bro. That's not ridiculous to say that. That is not. How many Francis Ngannous could you take at once, not in a fight? That's crazy. That is crazy, McLovin. Arguably, DDP could be better because Silva's similar to DJ. Facts. Prime Korean Zombie versus Ilia. Look, I love the Korean Zombie, bro. I love the Korean Zombie. He was actually one of my favorite fighters when I was younger. But I thought that was his real name, by the way. But Ilia Topuria does him bad, bro. Does him bad, and I would feel bad. He's getting put out on a stretcher, bro. If he beats Hamzat Imavov, he's undeniable. I can see that. I agree. I think I agree. Yeah, I agree. It's the bias. It's the nostalgia bias for people with Anderson Silva and DJ and all that stuff. But I got Merab winning the rematch against O'Malley. I agree. I agree. Hopefully, we see a better O'Malley though. It could be closer, or he could win. Who do you think wins in a street fight? Nick Diaz or Habib? In a street fight, I'm still going with Habib. I'm going with Habib. What happens if both Ilia and Islam lose? Then the UFC is cooked, bro. I'm not gonna lie. The UFC would be cooked. Dana would be pissed. Dana would turn bright red. He'd turn pink. Like you can't make that at that point. That fight's out the table. They're out the window. Dude, that would be crazy. If Ilia loses to Charles, I would not be mad. Dude, I don't even know what I'd rather see. Would I rather see Charles with the belt again or Ilia versus Islam? I think Ilia versus Islam, even though I love Charles. I love him. But yeah, if they both lose, that sucks. If either one of them loses, if Ilia loses, Islam's going to be clowning him on Twitter, and vice versa. If Islam loses, Ilia's going to be clowning him. My brother's birthday is on the same day as DDP versus Chimaev. Hey, y'all need to go to Chicago, bro. Y'all need to go take him out to the event. That's going to be sick. I can't believe they might need to change his birthday. Oh, you trying to decide between his birthday or watching the event, bro? Watch the event. He can move his birthday, bro. Tell him to move it later in the year. Habib versus Hamzat. Who wins? Pound for pound, or pound for pound? I would. Ooh. I'm gonna say Habib via the cardio. Yeah, I'm gonna say via the cardio. But Hamzat, I think, is generational grappling. I think is the best grappler we've ever seen. Habib being number two. I don't know if either guy will be able to finish each other. I think Hamzat would get tired though. I think Hamzat would get tired. Let me plug up my computer real quick, guys. Almost forgot that. Don't want it dying here. Don't want to end the stream too early. There we go. There we go. That could have been bad. Who you think wins in the UFC? GSP versus John Jones in middleweight? Pound for pound, John Jones. If John had to cut to middleweight, I would say GSP. Hamzat by murder. Silva's not top 10 all time. Not ridiculous. I said that once, and I think I changed my mind. I think he's top 10. He's top 10. Definitely top 10. I wouldn't say top 5, though. I don't think I would. You think Hamzat has better wrestling than DC? Yes, I do. I do. Better MMA grappling? Yes. Yes. Justin Gaethje boxes up Topuria, subs Charles. I didn't have to read the rest. Then moves up and puts Islam in a Darce choke and becomes double champ. If that happened, bro, I'll shave everything on my body and come on stream naked. You got Oliveira or Topuria? I got Topuria. Let's look at that. Let's look at the odds for this fight, guys. We got to talk about these odds. Ilia Topuria is a minus 380 against Charles do Bronx Oliveira. I'm gonna remember that. I do not remember that. Prime Gaethje or current Ilia in an all-out brawl. Just like in a street fight, like a bar fight. I'll go with. I kind of want to go Gaethje. MMA fight, I'd go Ilia. Just brawl, I might go Gaethje there. I might go Gaethje. I feel like he's just a street fighter type of guy. Umar's a great grappler, but also only 29, barely in his prime yet. I think Umar's best is yet to come. I agree. I also think he wins a rematch with Merab. I think he does win a rematch. In my opinion, the best wrestler in the UFC. Who are you talking about, Tristan? I missed it. Who's the best wrestler? Ilia also has the lighter man skill, so Charles could be in so much trouble. The lighter man skill. Facts. Just straight up brawl, no rules. Yeah, I might go Gaethje there. I might go Gaethje actually. Might go Gaethje. Tyler, goats of every division right now. Flyweight, DJ. I'm gonna make a video on this actually. You got DJ at flyweight, valid. Marab, bantamweight, featherweight, Volk, lightweight, Islam, welterweight, GSP, middleweight, Silva, light heavyweight, Bones, heavyweight, Stipe. I like those picks. Bantamweight, I'm gonna have to do some digging to figure out. I don't even know who my bantamweight goat is, bro. You can throw multiple names there. I don't mind the Marab take though. I don't mind that. Silva number 7 on my list. That's a good spot. I feel. I'm coping with the fact that my favorite fighter Gaethje is about to be fed to Ilia or Arman or somebody like that. Even Patty, bro, that's a bad matchup for Gaethje. That's a bad matchup. Imagine hearing that like last year, Patty Pimblett versus Gaethje. You wouldn't even think it'd be close. You think Gaethje would kill him, but times are changing, man. Times are changing. The old heads are getting old. The young bucks are coming. Them young boys coming. If Gaethje gets fed to Patty, it's over for him. I agree. I agree. Oh, dude. 1 year ago, I'm telling you, I would have hated that take. Dubronx gets rocked, goes for the crotch sniff, and subs for one of the best upsets. Dude, this would be a massive upset. This would be a massive upset. I feel like not many people are picking Charles. Not many people are picking Charles. A lot of people are saying it's going to be Ilia easy, like easily beating him too. I've been seeing people say Ilia round 1 KO. I think that's crazy. Definitely not impossible, but I think it's crazy. I think it's crazy. With the Barkley reference. Facts, bro. Facts. Charles Barkley, the GOAT. Justin versus Connor would be a fun fight right now or in their primes. Because, I mean, yeah, both would be fun. Connor versus Gaethje would be awesome, actually. That would be awesome. Even Connor right now, that'd be awesome. I think Gaethje would probably still win, but that'd be a fun fight. DDP by jumping over Hamzat's double leg and Hamzat knocking himself out against the cage. Imagine, bro. Lore accurate DDP. Charles only wins if he's living in peaches and cream field. Got a Lucas Tracy fan, man. AW reference, though. Now my message got mod checked and banned. Because I said Dan the Hangman's last name. Oh. That's funny. That is funny. Who's your top 5 favorite MMA fighters? I feel like I've got asked something like this every single stream. We'll run through them, though. We'll run through them. We got Izzy at the 1. Right now. Yuri at the 2. I'd go Islam 3. 4 probably Volk. And then maybe 5 Charles. Who do I like better, Charles or Aspinall? Ooh, slightly leaning towards Charles, I think. That's probably my top 5. Charles wins by Tame Impala. Ilia's going to batter Charles. You seeing all of them guys drop him in the first. Ilia hits more crisp. Yes, he does. I'm curious to see how the power translates. I mean, I believe it will. But is it going to be as insane as it was at featherweight? I don't know. Because Charles has been in there with some heavy hitters and he's got the job done. But these are not Ilia Topuria. So, assuming he beats JDM, who do you want to see Islam fight the most at welterweight? That's a good question. The Brady matchup is very intriguing. I think that might be his toughest test. Possibly. I don't know, though. I kind of. This is going to be a crazy take. This might be a crazy take to some of you, but I kind of want to see Gary. I kind of want to see Ian Gary versus Islam. Not even so much for the matchup, but I think the rivalry, the build-up would be awesome. I think it would be awesome. But I think Islam would win that. But Gary's what, 6'3"? Islam's never fought anybody that tall or that long. In my opinion, Fedor, Habib, GSP, Henry Cejudo, or Jones. Henry Cejudo in your top 5 favorites? Or is this like a top 5 GOAT list? That's his favorites, right? I've never heard Cejudo in anybody's top 5. That's crazy. Hey, I'm not hating, bro. I'm not hating. Go look at him, KO Jai Herbert, most brutal KO of all time at lightweight. Yeah, facts. Dude, flush right hand. Ilia by murder, probably. Dude, I just hope it's not brutal. I hope it's not brutal. Go look at him, KO job, most brutal KO. Yeah, facts. Islam versus JDM. Leaning towards Islam right now. Could be fight of the year. Could be fight of the year. Shavkat Islam would be the greatest grappling fight in MMA history. I think Shavkat's overrated. I think his grappling's overrated as well. It is not on the same level as Islam. It is not. I promise you. I promise you, it's not. Don't clip that up if somehow that take ends up not being valid. But I don't think they're even on the same level. Shavkat, obviously great. I don't think he's an elite grappler. I don't think he's elite anywhere. I think he's great everywhere, not elite anywhere. But yeah, very well rounded, very good fighter. Ilia's a lock. Probably. Yeah, he's minus 380, bro. I wouldn't even bet that, though. Charles at plus 300. I mean, maybe we sprinkle some. Maybe we sprinkle some. Shavkat got pretty good BJJ technique. It's different, bro. Islam's different, bro. You see these great jiu-jitsu practitioners, and then Islam subs them in round one. So you take with that what you will, bro. I love his wrestling. I think he's the best wrestler in the UFC. Oh, you talking about Cejudo? Tristan? Is that who you're talking about? Or are you talking about Shavkat? I don't even know. Shavkat, most overrated fighter on the roster. We might have to make a video. I might have to redo the most overrated, most underrated fighters on YouTube. We might do that. We might have to do that at some point. Justin versus Conor would be a good fight, facts. Shavkat is elite at not getting knocked out, facts. He's a big old head, but he can take some shots. Cejudo is insane. Facts, that is funny. Shavkat lost all of his aura in the Gary fight. Gary's tough, bro. People underestimate Gary. They continue to do it. A lot of people picking Carlos Prates. Y'all know what we picked. We picked the winner every single time. Ian Gary. By decision. Ilia versus Islam. If it happens, I'd go Islam. Definitely going with Islam. Gaethje, Volk, Dustin, Mighty Mouse, Aspinall, my top 5 favorites. Those are valid. Those are valid. Do Bronx by sub? Not ridiculous, bro. Really not ridiculous. I think we're going to see him at least get in a position for a submission. I don't know if he's going to be able to finish it. You would think that he will, but I'm hearing good things about Topuria's ground game. Haven't seen it against a guy like Charles. But, yeah. Do Bronx is not... He's a sleeper in this fight, bro. He's a sleeper. People are overlooking him for sure. I don't think Shavkat will be champ, to be honest. One of the most overhyped fighters. I see people saying things like other welterweights are keeping the belt warm for Shavkat. Yeah, it's TikTok UFC fans. We're going to have to make a video on that, too. I actually had that lined up. TikTok. We're going to be talking about TikTok UFC fans, bro. The edits of Shavkat were crazy. They were everywhere. Everybody thinks that he's one of the best fighters in the UFC. Great fighter. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on Shavkat, but... Dude, especially at welterweight. Welterweight's so stacked. Yes, he beat Ian Gary. Does he beat... Even against like a Buckley, that's a tough fight. He could probably beat Buckley, but very tough fight. Usman's a tough fight. Brady's a tough fight. JDM's a bad matchup for him. I think JDM beats him. Who's your favorite UFC YouTuber? Probably Casual Take MMA, to be honest with you. Probably Casual Take MMA. I'll give you 3, though. I'll give you 3. We'll be humble here. Casual Take MMA at the 1. Because he's 6'9", he can see everybody, right? Probably Bedtime, and then Lucas Tracy. Those are the only ones I'll watch. I think Max beats Dustin since last time he had a bad weight cut, and it was on short notice. I kind of think Max beats Dustin right now as well. I think I agree with you. Maybe the closer we get, I'll change my pick, but I don't know. My opinion, the overrated fighter, Umar, because I think... Overrated fighter, Umar, because I think he's same level with Usman or Magomedov. You think Umar's overrated? I'm ready to see Usman come over to the UFC, bro. I know we already have so many Dagestani guys over here, but he's tough and he's very young as well. I think he's younger than Umar, right? I think he's Umar's younger brother. A lot of potential there. A lot of potential. That's going to be hype when he transitions. Probably, or he might get an immediate title shot, depending on what the lightweight landscape looks like. Let's see. We've got the next 4 pay-per-views. Any predictions on the UFC 320 main event? No chat. Oh, that's the Mexico card. Oh my gosh, bro. They might get. It might be a sleeper card. That might be a bad card. Going to Mexico, dude. I don't know. I don't know. It can't be a Mexican. There's no Mexican you can put it as a main event right now, right? I can't think of one. They're not gonna let what? Unless if they put Grasso on the main event, bro. Come on. In Mexico, they might just do. Ooh, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I actually don't know. I don't want to see any Mexicans on that, or as the main event. They can stack the undercard with Mexicans, but just give us a banger main event, bro. The UFC could go on a generational run in the second half of the year, but we'll have to see if Danny can execute. Maybe Ankalaev and Pereira in Mexico, but Ankalaev wants to fight in Abu Dhabi, and I think he has that right now. They were scheduled to fight, or they got offered to fight at UFC 317, the card that Ilia and Charles are on. Pereira said no. Ankalaev said yes. Pereira said no. Yuri also said no. So, whenever they get scheduled to fight again, I think Ankalaev has the right to fight in Abu Dhabi at this point. I think he does. Volk could fight Ilia again at lightweight. As he said, he wants to fight for the title at lightweight. I could see that. Actually, I think that we might. That's very possible. That's very, very possible. Lightweight's just so good, though. Merab versus Pantoja if they both win. That is valid. Actually, that's a really good take. UFC 320. They both going to turn around that quickly? Maybe. Maybe. Pantoja, the weight cut wouldn't be as much if he's moving up, so maybe. Maybe we could see Merab and Pantoja if they both win. I'd love to see it, but Pantoja said he has no desire to move up. Does he actually have no desire, or does he not want to fight Merab? I don't know. Who deserves the next title shot at welterweight? After Islam? As of right now, if no fights were being made, I would say Sean Brady. I fell to my knees when I heard this matchup. It's a good fight, bro. My boy Adrian is back in the Twitch chat. What's up, Adrian? Y'all go follow my Twitch, bro. Y'all go follow the Twitch. I'm telling you, casual take MMA. I wouldn't want to fight Merab unless I had a knife. Facts. Facts, bro. The gas tank is crazy. Crazy. Could we see Guru versus Casual? He's too small. He's too small compared to me. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. He's a big dude, but y'all have never seen us side by side. Y'all have never seen us in the same room, so I know y'all think he's big now next to Mighty Mouse, but y'all haven't seen him next to me, so. What part of South Carolina are you from? That's funny. That is funny. Hot take, welterweight is more stacked than lightweight. All of the great lightweights are about to retire. Dustin, Charles, Hooker, Holloway, Gaethje, only Armand, Patty, and Ilia will be left soon. As truly debatably elite lightweights. I'll agree with that statement in 2 years, probably. As of right now, you can't say lightweight's not the best division. But yeah, even guys like Ilia and Armand both talk about they want to retire early. Armand wants to win the belt and retire. He said that multiple times. Ilia Topuria said he wants to retire by age 30. So what are we going to be left with, bro? We're going to be left with Patty and Benoit Saint Denis, baby. BSD title run coming soon. Coming very soon. Welterweight's the best division for sure. It's up there. I wouldn't put it over lightweight. Lightweight's got the star power for sure. It's not close. It is not close. Welterweight doesn't have they got the talent, they got the competitiveness, but nobody checked the grappling. Nobody or they don't have the star power like lightweight. Benoit too old. How old is Benoit? Is he not in his 20s, bro? Did I get that wrong? Is he in his 30s? How old is BSD, y'all? Y'all fact check that for me. Y'all let me know how old BSD is. I'm in South Carolina just memeing because his accent sounds like the rest of us. Hey, you might be right, man. I don't know. I only see the Ilia Charles fight going 2 ways. Ilia drops him in rounds 2 to 3, or Charles goes to the ground and manages to submit Ilia when he gets aggressive. 2, more likely, Ilia just cold KOs him. Benoit's 30. That's not old, bro. That's not old. That is not old. I appreciate you for fact checking that for me, though. Yo, Unc, what's good? Do you think Izzy is the middleweight GOAT? I had this debate with my friend. Do I think he's the middleweight GOAT? You know he's my favorite fighter. I don't think he's the middleweight GOAT, though. I don't think he's that far off, but I don't think he's the GOAT. I have him number 2, behind the spider. Benoit sleeping Denise. Where are you from, bro? Where y'all think I'm from? Where do y'all think I'm from? Based on the accent, where do y'all think I'm from? I'm not giving that out online, guys. Come on. My parents taught me that back when I was a youngin'. Benoit, fine night of debauchery. Dude, I love BSD, bro. I freaking love BSD. Definitely not. He is not at all an elite fighter. Maybe he can get better. He needs to work on his style, bro. But I love him. I would love to see him make a title run. Hey, I want to see BSD. I kind of want to see BSD versus Mauricio Rufy, but that's really a tough fight for Rufy, bro. He could spin his jaw, but BSD is just a marauder, man. He's just a marauder. I'm from Slovakia, but my language is Hungary. Hey, shout out Slovakia and Hungary, bro. Shout them out. Islam has to vacate after 1 month, but Jones can't hold on to it for almost a year. I know, bro. Piotr Jan versus Corey Sandhagen in July. Is that facts? Is that real? Is that real? Is that real, guys? I thought Jan was fighting Marcus McGee. Joel Alvarez would have hurt BSD if that fight stayed together. Facts. Joel Alvarez, the most underrated fighter. He's moving up to welterweight, by the way. My most underrated fighter in the UFC. Izzy is not the middleweight GOAT. I don't think he is either. You think I'm from New York? Somebody said Texas. You think these odds are accurate to you? No, bro. I thought that Ilia was going to open up at a minus 200 to minus 250. Minus 380 is crazy, bro. I'm telling you, I might have to sprinkle some on Charles by sub. If it's if Charles by sub is like plus 500, I'll sprinkle, bro. I will sprinkle for sure. We just haven't seen Ilia fight a guy like Charles. Charles is going to be taller. He's going to be bigger. Bryce, I always go back to this Bryce Mitchell fight. That's the closest thing we have, right? In terms of Ilia Topuria matchups, but Bryce Mitchell is not close to Charles Oliveira, bro. He's not. Not at all. Jan and Sandhagen was talking about who deserves a title shot and they want a rematch. That's a banger fight, bro. Hey, does anybody know about UFC Nashville? Is Derek Lewis really the headliner, bro? You got the same accent as Sean Brady. That's funny. That is funny. I want to see Shara versus Page too. Michael Page clears, bro. MVP. Tough matchup for anybody on the feet. Very tough matchup. I don't think you can beat Michael Venom Page unless you take him down or obviously catch him on the feet. But that's a hard thing to do. I will never forgive Izzy for humping my boy Paulo and breaking his spirit. Facts. Paulo Costa though, he's gonna be on 317. Can he get back in the win column? I don't know. Do you think Charles' physicality will make a significant difference? Is he a lot taller? I think he's 4 inches taller. Will he be much heavier on fight night? Charles is a big lightweight. Let me remind you. He's talked about moving up to welterweight in the past. He's never done so. But yeah, he's a big lightweight. Ilia Topuria looks like he's filled out as well. But the height difference, Charles Oliveira, man, he really got to use the teep kicks, man. Keep Ilia away from him. We could see a lot of teep kicks, a lot of oblique kicks from Charles. He implemented a lot of those in the Michael Chandler fight. We could see that. How tall is Michael Chandler? He's around Ilia's height, right? Maybe 5'8", maybe a little bit taller. But yeah, Charles was keeping him away from him for the most part. Now, I know Michael Chandler and Ilia are not the same fighter. It's not even close, but I think we're going to see Charles really trying to keep him away and then eventually get the fight to the ground. Do you do any martial arts? Yes, bro. We just started. I had jiu-jitsu class this morning. Give Sandhagen the shot, I say, since Jan already lost to Merab and Sean. Yes, I agree. I hate that people are trying to push for Piotr Jan. These hardcore fans, man, quote-unquote hardcore fans, pushing for Jan to get the rematch. A guy who's, 2-3 in his last 5? Also got 50-45 by Merab. Why do we want to see him in there again? I think Sandhagen versus Jan makes a lot of sense. I would rather see Jan versus Umar, but I don't think that fight's happening anymore. June stacked. 316, we got Usman, facts. Usman Buckley, Khalil Jamal, and then 317. 316, yeah. Dude, June's going to be awesome. It is going to be awesome. Hey, did anybody say anything about the Nashville card? Let's see. I believe I did see Lewis versus Teixeira was indeed the main event. Bro, why is that a main event? They could put a banger fight like Sandhagen and Jan on there and have Derek Lewis be the co-main. Why is Talishan Teixeira a main event in 2025? Come on, bro. Really? Well, I was thinking about going to that event. Maybe I will. Maybe the tickets will be cheap since Derek Lewis and Talishan Teixeira is the main event. But I don't know. Hey, we ordered, people that were on my first stream, we ordered something for here, y'all. It should be coming in maybe tomorrow. Maybe not till Monday. I don't know. But maybe it'll be here for my next stream, maybe not. At least for next week. I do Muay Thai and MMA. I'm 15. Hey, shout out you. Shout out Tristan, bro. Hey, keep grinding. I want to still be doing this. I want to be covering the sport of UFC, and I want to see you there, bro. I want to see you with the gold around your waist. People forget, man. BSD was Marauder. Shout out Athens, bro. That's funny. That is funny. There would be no hype if Jan rematched Marab. Yeah, UFC would have a lot of trouble selling tickets for that. I'm not gonna lie. Topuria was not a big featherweight. Yeah, he's not a big featherweight, but he has filled out at lightweight. It seems very short though. He's like Volkanovski's height, maybe slightly taller. I don't know. My power just went out over here in Chicago, Unc. I gotta go. Hey, I appreciate you for stopping by, Adrian. Shout out Adrian. Shout out Adrian. There's none for O'Malley, Marab too. Yes, not really. The closer we get, you'll see a little bit more hype, but I promise you, it's gonna have 3 times the amount of hype of Jan and Marab. I promise you. Andrew, what's good? I'm doing good, bro. How you doing? I was gonna say I think you're from Tennessee. That reaction made me think I'm right. Maybe so, bro. Maybe so. My first fight on June 7th. Shout out Tristan, bro. Good luck to you. Sean Brady, future champ. I don't hate that take at all. Don't hate that take at all. I'm trying to read all 3 of these chats, y'all. I'm sorry if I miss your comment, dog. What do you think about the fact that no one believes in Dubronx? I think it's crazy, bro. Obviously, I do think Topuria is the better fighter, but Dubronx is tricky, bro. He's one of a kind. Nobody believes in him. I think that might fuel him to getting finished in the 4th instead of the 1st. So, but yeah, I think he'll be able to survive for a while. I think he could get it done potentially. I think he really could, but I think we see a banger actually. Really good fight. I think that I think that Ilia finishes him late. Ryan, what's good, Ryan? When are we cashing again? This weekend, bro. This weekend probably. We'll have to look at the slate. We'll have to look at the slate. I sprinkled a little bit of money on Burns just because he's a plus 500. What's a South African and a Swedish Muslim have to do with Chicago? Facts. Do you think it's Ilia's hardest matchup, being Charles? No. I would say second hardest at lightweight. Well, since Islam's not here, second hardest. I would say that Arman Sarukian is the hardest matchup for Ilia and Islam. I think Arman Sarukian actually beats Ilia. I want to see that fight. We've never seen Ilia go 5 rounds. I know. Well, yeah, we did. We did one time. We saw him fight Josh Emmett. That was a 5-rounder. Yeah, that was a 5-rounder. I think that's the only time. I think that was a fight night main event. Michael Morales is so overrated. He looks good. But yeah, dude, why is he at minus 800 against Gilbert Burns? I'm gonna have to make a play there. Y'all look out for that. Who do you think Gaethje will fight next? I think the UFC wants to do Gaethje and Patty. I think they do. I want to see Gaethje and Hooker again, I think. I get that one rebooked. But yeah, maybe he fights Arman, dude. I don't know. Arman versus... Actually, I want to see Gaethje versus Arman. That's what I want to see. Number 1 contenders fight. Patty can fight... Oh, gosh, I don't know. Patty. Does Patty fight Dan Hooker? I don't know, bro. I don't know. Jones versus wife. Hey, let's go, Ryan. Let's go. Appreciate the roses in the heart me. W, Ryan. Oh, W, Ryan in the chat. W's in the shot. If Ilia beats Charles, where would you put him all time? That's tough. That is tough. Because, yeah, the wins would be crazy. All back to back to back. Holloway, Volk, and Charles. I don't want to say like top 10, but maybe top 15. Probably top 15. I'm not mad if you put him top 10, though. I want to see Justin versus Dan before he retires. Facts. They're both old. I thought Dan Hooker was younger. He is not. He's like 35. Patty Armand have beef would be a good fight. Yes, that would be a good fight. Justin Gaethje's going to want a number 1 contenders fight. Are they going to fulfill that? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe he'll try to push for it since, Dustin got the treatment of a final title shot. Maybe we see Justin Gaethje push forward as well. Bro, this happens every time. Inactivity detected on TikTok. Come on, gang. Just pound me. There we go. There we go. Should be back up. 5-round Justin versus Dan would be a bloodbath. Facts. Dude, I went to UFC 313. If y'all haven't seen my vlog video, I went to UFC 313. Wanted to see Justin versus Dan Hooker. It was scheduled. It got canceled along with like 3 fights. Of course, my first ever UFC event, they canceled like 3 different fights. Is there a chance that Dustin postpones his retirement if he beats Max? Oh gosh, I hope not, bro. I honestly, I would not be that surprised. Dustin does not sound like he wants to give it up, bro. But like, if you're gonna have this whole event in New Orleans, you gotta retire, bro. Maybe he retires, like fake retires and comes back eventually. But you have to retire. You have to retire. My heart says Oliveira, brain says Ilia. Facts, bro. Prediction for Hamzat DDP. I think Hamzat finishes him. I guess he finishes him early. Tom, my fault. Hey, bro, love the content. Appreciate you, Tom. I have to go, bro. Good night. Hey, good night, Tristan. Shout out Tristan, bro. Hey, good luck on your fight, gang. But yeah, does Dustin postpone his retirement? Maybe. He can't, though. He can't. He can't, bro. Hopefully he's in a contract right now. Dana said, all right, I'm doing all this for you. We're going to New Orleans. You can't come back. But I don't know if Dana would be too mad if he came back. But just give it up, bro. He's already basically said that Islam was going to be his last fight. It wasn't. If he says this is his last fight and wants to fight again, bro, just pack it up. Just pack it up. X before YZ, what's good, bro? What's good? Is it just me, or do I feel like Alex Pereira isn't talked about anymore? No, it's not just you, bro. It's true. It's true, bro. He lost a belt. You don't even hear his name pop up very much. Besides the fact that he ducked Ankalaev. I'm playing. He's not ducking. He's not ducking. But he did decline the fight. He did decline the fight, not ducking. But yeah, when a star loses like that, like when a superstar loses their belt, it is like it feels different, bro. People just forget about it. People forget, man. People forget. People switched up on Alex like crazy, dude. Yeah, the Ankalaev fans came out of the woodworks, bro. I've never seen so many Ankalaev fans. And let me remind y'all, well, y'all probably didn't know this, but I was the first one on the Ankalaev hype train. I was the first one. Now, I'm not an Ankalaev fan, but I predict these things, guys. He's been the best light heavyweight for a minute now. He's been the best. Glorious King Justin has signed the contract to fight Amanda Nunes for the vacant bantamweight title. Hey, that's a banger. Maybe that goes on the UFC no check card. Glorious King Justin versus Amanda Nunes. Lock it in. Book it, Dana. Who should Volk fight next? I guess Movzar. I'm not super intrigued in that matchup, but if they make that fight, bro, I'm not gonna lie, make it a co-main event. Nobody's getting hyped for that. Look, obviously Volkanovski, he's not a massive star. He's really not a superstar. He's a big name in the sport for actual UFC fans, but I don't know how hype you're getting unless they stack the card. But yeah, that leg is compromised. We got Joe Rogan in the chat. Shout out Joe. That's funny. That is funny. Charles getting slept. Probably. I think he lasts longer than some people might think, but I think they can go to war. I think they're going to go to war. I think Charles is going to, similar to the Armand fight, I think he could have him in some vulnerable positions. Maybe jump triangle, jump guillotine, whatever. Maybe Ilia escapes somehow. Maybe he pulls his pants down like Armand did to get out of the choke. But I think they're going to go back and forth a little bit, and then I think Ilia's finally going to find the finish. Or, honestly, I don't think it's crazy that this fight goes all 5. I don't think that's crazy. It sounds crazy. We got 2 absolute finishers. Sometimes that's how it works, bro. 2 finishers, and nobody gets finished. Even like Chandler, and Charles, they went all 5. I don't know much about Movzar. Is he a hard matchup? He's great. He's really good. But I would lean towards Volk. Volk definitely has the advantage in the striking. I don't think it's very close. But yeah, it's definitely a tough fight. Movzar, great grappler. Go watch his fight with Aljamain Sterling. Phenomenal fight. Breaking news, Mario Bautista moved to UFC Tennessee, guys. UFC Nashville just got a new fight. Mario, Mario Bautista is set to face Derek Lewis in the main event, guys. Buy your tickets now. I'm gonna have to go pop out then, I guess. Do you think Bilal fought his best at 315 or didn't use his wrestling enough to entertain the fans? I don't think it was the best Bilal performance, but I said that in my breakdown video. We even talked about it on stream. Bilal Muhammad had to be perfect in this fight to win. I think he had to be perfect. He was not perfect. Maybe there was a little bit of, he wants to entertain the fans more. Maybe there was some of that. But at the same time, he tried to take down JDM multiple times. He didn't get him down. So I don't like this narrative that Bilal Muhammad should have shot more takedowns or wasn't even trying to take the fight to the ground. He was. He shot like 7 times at least. I think maybe I'm highballing it, but he shot a lot. He did shoot a lot. Didn't get him down to like the 5th, I think. When JDM tried to shoot his own takedown, tried to sell the bag. Volk is a nightmare matchup for Evloev. Yeah, I agree. But the only thing is, Evloev is younger, closer to his prime. Volk is older. But he should not get chinned in that fight. He shouldn't be threatened. I mean, Mozart low-key does hit hard. Not a good striker by any means, in my opinion. Not a great striker. Not on the level of Volk, but he kind of hits hard. He's kind of got some like thud to his punches. Doesn't even have the best technique. But if Volk were to get slept by Mozart, bro, I might take down the channel, bro. Might just pack it up. Mario Bautista would try to hug Derek Lewis. Yeah, good luck getting your limbs around Derek Lewis, buddy. If Mario Bautista fought Derek Lewis, I'm there. I'm going to see that one live. I'm going to see that one live for sure. My favorite Joe Rogan quote is, "Oh, he just slapped him." Is that McGregor Aldo? That one's tough, bro. That was tough. There's no fighter in light heavyweight that could be a challenge for Ankalaev. Beat him right now? I don't think so, but challenge? Yuri Prohaska is a tough fight. Now, here's the thing about Yuri Prohaska, my second favorite fighter in the UFC. The greatest light heavyweight of all time, by the way, Yuri Prohaska. He's a tough fight for anybody, bro. He's a tough fight for anybody except for Alex Pereira. So, Yuri Prohaska has never lost in the UFC to anybody that is not named Alex Pereira. Lock it in. It's a lock. That is a lock. Is Movzar one of the undefeated? Yes. I think he's 18-0, maybe? 18-ish? Who's on commentary for 317? I'm not trying to deal with Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan will definitely be there. The card's in Vegas, so yeah. We'll probably get Rogan, DC, John Anik. The big 3. Dustin, Justin, Chandler, and Islam knocked Charles down. Yeah. The moment Charles gets hit with a solid shot, he's going to the ground. Partially, they did hit him with some good shots, facts. But partially, I think Charles is just okay with going to the ground, bro. We'll see him get hit. Yes, he'll get stunned, but he's not just getting cleanly dropped. He's getting stunned and then just kind of falling back into his guard. Trying to get people to come into his guard. Trained with Yuri in Thailand. He's a funny guy. Hey, shout out Tom. That's awesome, bro. I love Yuri. Did y'all see Yuri decline the fight against Pereira because he was taking exams or he wants to get his degree? That's such a Yuri pull right there. Steel cups affect arm bars. Benson Henderson revolutionized the calf kick. We got Joe Rogan, bro. We got Joe Rogan. John Jones developed a spinning back kick at 37. Was that in the Topuria podcast, bro? I remember hearing that. I do remember hearing that. Could Alexandre Topuria do the same thing as Ilia? No. No chance, right? No way. I think he looks good, but no, not on the same level of Ilia. There's no way, right? Yuri over Jones, all-time facts, bro. That's a hardcore take. Yuri Prohaska, we got to start having conversations about Yuri being in the top 10. Maybe top 2 and not 1. And not 2. It's sad now because the UFC are going to try to keep Bilal away from the title picture as long as possible. After a 10 undefeated streak, just to get a title shot. Yeah. You can tell, bro. Dana's going to deny it all he wants. They play favorites in the UFC, bro. That's just the sad reality of it. They do play favorites. Bilal Muhammad, there's a narrative that he's not the most entertaining, which I kind of agree with. Had a very entertaining last fight. But yeah, he's not going to get another title shot ever. Even if he's going to have to win 10 more, bro. He's going to have to win a lot more. They might make Bilal win 3 more to get another a crack at the title. Honestly, that's honest. Maybe 2. But yeah, if he wins one more fight, he's not fighting for the belt again. I don't think. Yuri once came to the place I train. I guess Yuri just travels the world and trains. If Ilia KOs Charles, would that make him pound for pound number 1? No, I wouldn't put him pound for pound number 1 or top 8 all time. Or am I tripping? I'd probably put him 15 to 10 range. I think. I'm still mad at you for saying Roman Kopylov in that one video. I knew I sniped somebody, bro. The comments were funny. Apparently, I sniped a lot more people than I thought. But yeah, everybody picked Roman Kopylov, bro. Why? You got to avoid. You're not supposed to say the same answer as me. You're supposed to avoid saying the same answer as me, bro. Hey, what do y'all think about my new TikTok video, though? I haven't checked it yet, but we posted it right before we got on stream. I think it was kind of a good idea. I was pulling out the big brains on this one. I thought I was slick with Roman. If Bilal fought like he did against JDM, then he wouldn't be hated. He'd be a fan favorite. Yeah, facts. Facts. W-idea hunk. Appreciate it, Connor. I appreciate you. My goat, I've never been in a live before. We just started at what? When was our first live? I guess Saturday. We just started at Saturday. This is already the 4th one. I'm thinking next week we're gonna start playing UFC 5 on stream. I'm gonna be playing some of you viewers, some of my subscribers. But you gotta be subscribed to Twitch, you gotta be subscribed to YouTube, and follow me on TikTok. And I'll play some of the people in UFC 5. Also, we're gonna be doing some live trivias, bro. We're trying to figure out a way to host live quizzes that y'all could all play. I might have to dress up in a suit and tie or whatever. But yeah, we want to do some live trivias on stream, bro. We got some good ideas coming. I just started streaming. So yeah, we got some big things coming. Y'all turn on the post notifications, bro. Y'all turn on the post notifications when I go live. Y'all can hop right in. Y'all don't want to miss a live trivia, do you? Make a UFC Jeopardy facts. We're gonna be doing stuff like that. I just gotta figure out how to keep up with everybody's scores, or I can just I don't know. It'd be cool to have a leaderboard. I gotta figure something out though. I gotta work on something. Bilal might move up if Islam beats JDM. Bilal at 185. Well, actually, not terrible. That's not a terrible move. Not a terrible move at all because 185 doesn't have very many grapplers. Playing UFC 5 right now. That's funny. Yeah, we'll have to play UFC 5. Hey, I appreciate you, bro. Littlefoot Fatty. Might not have said that right. I appreciate you for tuning in. Shout out to my Twitch viewers, bro. Shout out to them. I've been talking to Dana and Hunter. I might pull some strings to make Casual Take versus Mighty Mouse to fight the winner of UFC 317. Guys, we're in camp right now. I'm in camp right now. I can't reveal the opponent yet, but we're in camp. I'm not allowed to say yet, but yeah, we're in camp. I don't mind the Mighty Mouse matchup, but guys, I'm 275. I don't want to cut down to flyweight. I mean, I can do it. I can do it, but yep, I'm in camp right now. Y'all stay tuned. Hamzat's a nightmare for Bilal. Facts. Yeah, Hamzat wins that one. He finishes him early too, I think. Your opinion on why Islam vacated the title? As Dana mentioned, any fighter who can defend the belt in 2 divisions can stay champion. Yeah. That's I don't know, bro. That's weird to me because this is not an interim title. Charles and Ilia both said they're not fighting for an interim. Islam said he wasn't vacating. He did vacate. So either he got offered a lot of money and Dana stripped him, or Dana told him if he didn't have any intentions of coming back down, he can't he has to vacate. So maybe he didn't have any plans to come back down. But now Ilia Topuria is barking at him. Maybe it's possible he comes back down. I don't know. You can make a Kahoot or something. I could, bro. I think you might have to pay for it. I think I'd only be able to hold a certain amount of people in here. Like 20 or something. So either a Kahoot, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what we can do, though. Maybe we can do that next Thursday or something. Maybe on a Sunday. I don't know. I'm going to try it on Tuesday. We're streaming right now Tuesdays and Thursdays at this same time. Yeah, try to do Fight Companion this Saturday. Sometimes we'll stream Saturdays, sometimes we'll stream Sundays. Try to do 3 times a week. But yeah, hopefully Tuesday we can be playing UFC 5 on stream. Hopefully, I got to figure out how to set all that up. 6'8", 285 versus 5'3", 125 is unfair. Facts, bro. Facts. I'm a nightmare matchup for Mighty Mouse as well. Even pound for pound. Hamzat's a nightmare matchup for anyone. Facts. Hamzat, dude, generational, buddy. Generational. Best grappler we've ever seen. Best grappler. I think Habib's at 2. I think Hamzat's at 1. Immune system is a nightmare for Hamzat. Bro, apparently he just overtrains himself. That's what I'm hearing. Apparently Hamzat Chimaev is the hardest worker multiple people have ever seen. And I guess he works too hard and he gets sick. I don't know. Please don't pull out of the Drakus fight, bro. Did y'all see Drakus tweet out? Apparently Nasruddin Imavov, I'm dropping news on y'all. Apparently Nasruddin Imavov is already the backup fighter for UFC 319. So Drakus tweeted out, all right, I guess I'm fighting Nasruddin Imavov again. Or not again, but fighting Nasruddin Imavov because I guess Hamzat's going to pull out again. What if DDP wins by floating pie? That's funny. That is funny. But yeah, guys, Ilia Topuria opened up as a minus 380. Bro, Charles is not a 300 favorite. He's a plus 300 underdog. Oh, Ilia. Yeah, bro. It's weird. Hey, what up, Bodie? Shout out, Bodie. I appreciate you, bro. Yeah. Minus 380 is wild, bro. UFC odds are weird. They get really weird. Even this weekend, we got Michael Morales at like a minus 800 against Gilbert Burns, the crafty vet. I know it's big winning streak for Morales, losing streak for Burns. Burns is older, Morales a lot younger. It usually doesn't work out for the older fighters. But minus 800 for Michael Morales, whose best win is Neil Magny. Bro, Neil Magny is like the opposite of a gatekeeper. What is the opposite of a gatekeeper? I don't know, but it's Neil Magny. They feed Neil Magny to people who they want to push. They fed him to Ian Gary. They fed him to Carlos Prates. They fed him to Michael Morales. I feel bad for the dude. Hopefully his contract is decent because he's just getting ran through. Ooh, pause. Hamzat Nemavov gets sick. Strickland steps in on one day notice and beats Drakus. If we get Drakus versus Strickland again, bro, I'm out of here. I am out of here. Not watching UFC anymore. Let's see. DDP by dropping a giant piano on Hamzat's head in round 1, then saying, "That's all, folks." That's funny, bro. That is funny. DDP getting ready to drop some bars against Hamzat at the press conference. Dude, the press conference is going to be fun. Dude, imagine Drakus finds a way to make Hamzat Chimaev cry. Imagine. He's made Strickland cry. He's made Izzy cry. Can he do it to Hamzat Chimaev? I think they could possibly get into an altercation before the fight. Either backstage or at the press conference. I can see them both standing up trying to fight each other. Maybe throwing water bottles or something. Dana trying to hold them back. I think it might get ugly. I think it could, and I'm all for it. I am all for it. DDP getting ready to drop some bars. Oh, we already saw that. Morales gas tank test incoming. Yeah, dude. Minus 800 is wild, bro. It is wild. Show me Strickland versus Bo Nickel. Decent fight night. Yeah. I think Strickland wins that, though. If Bo Nickel could have won, then I would say, yeah, sure. But he didn't. The Riddler's too good. Or Bo Nickel's not ready yet. Or both. Nobody said anything about dogs, bro. Chill out. Dude, Drakus on the mic is... Dude, he's cold. He might have the best mic skills we've seen since Connor. Is that crazy? I think he does. Dude, the trash talk nowadays is just not the same. We don't have a Connor. We need Connor back. We need Connor back. Dude, oh my gosh, bro. That's one of my most hyped fights for this year, bro. The trash talk, Hamzat Chimaev, Drakus Duplessis is going to be awesome. It's going to be freaking awesome, bro. Is that fight of the year, though? Because, look, I'm spoiling it for you guys. Another video incoming on YouTube is going to be false narratives in the UFC. And one of them kind of being is it's not necessarily a false narrative, sort of. It just gets way overplayed that Khamzat Chimaev is a one and done fighter. Khamzat Chimaev does not have the cardio of Merab by any means. But bro, people talk about his cardio like he can go for 5 minutes and then he's just done. That's just not true. That's just not true. He's just the most dangerous fighter we've ever seen in round one. He's looking for the finish right away. Other fighters try to pace himself. Khamzat doesn't. His cardio not the best. Is it his cardio or is it his style of fighting? Maybe a little bit of both. But yeah, he's not a one and done fighter, bro. Can he go 5 with Drakus? Very possible. It is possible, bro. That whole cardio thing gets very overplayed. Very overplayed. If Ilia wins and gets one title defense, I think he's the best in the UFC. Like the GOAT? Are you saying the GOAT or like pound for pound number one right now? What do you think? Strickland and DDP work at the animal shelter because of the Izzy dog incident. That's funny. That is funny. Hey, I need to know what stipulation we need to do for day 20. We're posting day 19 right when we get off stream. I'm going to end stream probably in 15-ish minutes maybe and go to bed. But yeah, we need a stipulation for day 20 because if we don't get it on day 19 after when I record it, then yeah, every 10 days we're going to add a new stipulation until we get 40 title wins on the dot. If Ilia wins against one title defense, you think he's pound for pound best? That's not crazy, especially if he beats Charles and Arman. It depends on what happens with Islam, though. It depends what happens with Islam. What happens with Islam? If Islam beats JDM, I think it's still Islam. If Islam loses to JDM, and that happens with Ilia, it's Ilia. I agree. Charles by submission, not crazy. That's not a ridiculous take. I'm gonna have to. We're gonna do a deep film dive the closer we get, guys. I don't know if I'm gonna have the guts to pick Charles because I think Ilia will win, but it's not a crazy pick at all. Not a crazy pick. Plus 300 for Charles Oliveira against anybody is crazy. Dude, what were the odds when he fought? I wonder what the odds were on his rematch with Islam. What had to have been something like this. Remember when Charles was scheduled to fight Islam for the second time before that fateful event? That was before Charles pulled out and Volk stepped in on short notice, bro. Got me tearing up even thinking about it, bro. But yeah, what were the odds? Were the odds this big on that fight? Probably about that. But bro, that is crazy. But yeah, when you see a lighter man, lighter man skill, when you see a lighter fighter move up in weight classes, they tend to do well. They tend to do well. Would you strip Volk of the title if someone gave you $1 trillion? Absolutely not. Not my Pookie Volk, bro. Dude, that sight of Volkanovski with the belt back really warmed my heart, man. Really, really warmed my heart, touched my soul. People forget, man, Gilbert Burns is a crafty vet who has big media hooks. Bro's parlaying the Lucas Tracy memes, but that's funny. Dude, hey, sneaky Gilbert Burns, though, at least puts up a tough fight, bro. There's no way. He has lost like 3 in a row. But I will say this, he's lost 3 in a row or 4 in a row, whatever it is. But he's fighting killers. This is a step down for Gilbert Burns, bro. You can look at Gilbert Burns' last like 7, 8 fights, and they're all straight up killers. They're not Michael Morales's. Michael Morales style, whatever the plural version of that is. But yeah, Charles by rear naked, not crazy. Imagine Charles just like guillotined him, bro. Imagine getting caught in a guillotine in the Big 2-5, bro. Imagine. Khamzat or DDP right now, leaning Khamzat. I don't think that pick's going to change. But yeah, Ilia is going to flatline your boy. I don't think he's going to flatline him. I think we're going to get a war. I think Ilia's going to finish him late, bro. T-Money, love your videos, bro. Just popping in to see who you got in this fight. I appreciate you, for real. I appreciate you. I think these odds are crazy, ridiculous. Might have to throw some here. But with that being said, I think it's a lot tougher fight than people think, but I think Ilia Topuria does still get the job done. I think we see a late finish from Ilia. Late finish, round 4. Probably round 4. I think Charles will be able to get him down. I think it's going to be interesting to see Ilia on the ground with a guy like Charles. Very, very interesting. Wait, let's see. Yeah, I think Oliveira's gonna be working the front kicks, bro, trying to keep Ilia away from him for sure. Oblique kicks, all kind of side kicks, and then try to get the fight to the ground. If Ilia wins, it'll be decision. Everyone doubting on Charles. I could see it going the distance, bro. That's not a crazy take at all. I know we have two finishers here. My fault, gang. But yeah, Ilia could win a decision, especially if they go to the ground for a lot of the fight. I don't think anyone wants to see it. This fight, oh, as Charles fans, it's a good fight, bro. It's a good fight. It is a good fight. Charles by submission, not crazy. Not at all crazy. I think Ilia has just enough jiu-jitsu to keep it on the feet most of the fight. Yeah. Dude, that's why this fight's intriguing, bro. This fight is intriguing. Charles, bro, is going to work the clinch. He's going to get his hands on Ilia at least. Can he get him down? I don't know. I think he can. I think he can. And Charles's wrestling does not get talked about. People talk about the BJJ. They don't talk about Charles's wrestling like they should. He's one of the best, third best wrestler in the division, probably, right? Yeah, probably the third best wrestler in the division. But his top control is insane. And then he just flows. Gets you in positions you don't want to be in. So, yeah. Charles Oliveira, he could win the fight. He definitely could win the fight. If he does, though, that's just going to feel weird. I'm going to be happy, but it's going to feel weird, bro. If just seeing Ilia lose to anybody is going to feel weird. Definitely going to cut his aura in half, bro. He's got that unbeatable aura right now. Charles getting dropped and then coming out of nowhere, dropping Ilia and submitting him. I don't think it's going to be close on the feet, bro. Well, but actually, no, I take that back. I take that back. Ilia's a lot better striker than Charles. I do agree. Charles is underrated striking, but he's not on the same level as Ilia. Ilia's one of the best strikers in the UFC. But Ilia's going to be trying to get in close. I gotta see what the reach, what the reach is looking like. But Ilia's going to try to get in close. Charles is going to do his best to stay on the outside until he gets his hands on him. But even going in to get his hands on him, he might get caught with something. Topuria is very clean, bro. He moves very, very well. Very, very well. Charles dropped Dustin and Justin. I don't know, man. Yeah, that is facts. His striking isn't the best. It's not bad by any means. Definitely not bad. He's got good power. Charles has very good power at lightweight. People are underestimating Topuria's size. Yeah, he's just short. He's short. He's not small though. He's not small. But also people are underestimating Charles' size. Charles is big. Charles is big. At least once Ilia will drop him, probably. Dude, how do I put out a poll, bro? I feel like everybody is I feel like it's like 90% picking Ilia out there. Besides the Charles fans. But yeah, I think Ilia's going to win it. I do think he's going to win it. Ilia, one of the best finishers I've seen. Both of these fighters, two of the best. At least two of the top 5 finishers in the UFC. But I wouldn't be surprised if it goes the distance, though. Hey, if y'all are in the stream, y'all hit the like button, bro. Let's get those likes up. Let's get those likes up, bro. Come on. Help your boy out. Yeah, because people forget Oliveira's power. Exactly. Does have good power. I don't think Ilia's going to be worried about it. He rolls with shots very well. But, I mean, hey, don't be too surprised if if Charles, I don't think he's going to put him out. I'm not saying that. But if he wobbles Ilia a little bit or hurts him with something, hits him on the temple, very possible. Very possible. No one remembers that Charles knocked out Dariush, who was on an 8-fight win streak. Dude. Yeah, I thought Dariush was going to win that fight. I'm not going to lie. I thought Dariush was going to take out Charles and then fight Islam for the belt. I didn't think he was going to beat Islam, but I thought he was Islam's toughest test at that time until he got KO'd by Charles and Arman back-to-back. Was that his last fight? Dang, has Benny been out that long? Was Arman his last fight, guys? I think it was. Maybe I'm missing something. I think it was. I love both fighters, but I just know Ilia has enough KO power to flatline Charles. He does have good power. I'm curious to see what it looks like at 155. We've seen it against Jai Herbert. But then again, Charles has been in there with some heavy hitters. The heaviest hitter he's probably faced is probably Gaethje. I think Gaethje probably hits harder than Dustin. But I do like Dustin's striking better. But, yeah. I think Ilia gets it done. I like Ilia, but Charles #1. Facts. I like Ilia as well. I want Charles to win because it's going to mess everything. Yeah, dude, if Charles wins, bro, this is going to be chaos. That is going to be chaos for real. The UFC landscape is going to look a lot different because what do they do with Ilia? If Charles beats Ilia, what do they do with Ilia, bro? Seriously. Ilia was losing the Max and Volk fights before the KO. I think it will be very competitive, but I think Ilia finding the chin is inevitable. He was not losing the Max fight, actually. Wait, was it round 3 he got KO'd? Or round 4? I think it was round 3. I think that one was tied up 1-1, maybe 2-0. I don't believe he was losing it on the scorecards. You can fact check me on that though, but I don't think he was. Ilia retires if he loses. Why do you think Ilia retires? He's like 28, 29. Right? Something like that. Something like that. Charles has a habit of getting dropped and then people go to the ground with him and he subs them. Could see that happening. I don't think Ilia is going to be scared to go to the ground with Charles either. Kind of like we saw with Islam. But then again, Ilia's not. There's no way. There's no way he's the same level of grappler as Islam or Arman, right? Yeah, he can be a great grappler for sure, but there's no way. I still think Charles is going to have the advantage. But people are talking about Ilia's grappling like he's Islam. To be honest, I just haven't seen it yet. So if I see it, I'll believe it. But for now, I just don't know how you can say that Ilia has the grappling advantage. He was not losing the Max fight. I agree. I don't think he was either. Was it round 3? I think it was round 3. He's not on the same level of Islam or Arman. I don't believe so either. Arman's grappling, bro, does not get talked about enough. Does not get talked about enough. I think Arman beats Ilia. I think, dude, Arman on the feet would have a lot of trouble with Ilia, but on the ground, I think he could control Ilia. Arman has nasty ground and pound as well. Dude, I think this fight could get bloody, bro. Yes, it was round 3. So I think it was 1-1. Maybe it was 2-0 Ilia. I think it was 1-1. I think it was 1-1, but Ilia was winning the 3rd round and then he knocked him out. So Ilia said he's going to stay undefeated. Arman versus Alvarez explains how dangerous Arman really is. Exactly, bro. He was leaking, and Joel Alvarez, man. People might not know Joel Alvarez. Just know if he would have fought BSD, he would have mauled him. Joel Alvarez moving up to welterweight, I think he's the most underrated fighter in the UFC. I think he has 2 losses in the UFC, one of them being to Arman Tsarukyan. The other one being his UFC debut, maybe? Early in his career. But anyway, Joel Alvarez, bro. Remember that name if you don't know him. I was low-key scared for Ilia to fight Arman. Didn't want to see that. I was worried for Ilia. You an Ilia fan, Brandon? That's a tough fight. That is a tough fight. I'm curious. If the odds opened like this, I am smashing, bro, to smash the odds for Arman. I think it'd be closer, but I think Ilia, they'd probably still favor Ilia. And I'd probably play Arman as the underdog. The UFC was talking about Alvarez versus BSD. Yeah, it was scheduled. It was scheduled for UFC 315, and Joel Alvarez pulled out. He pulled out. All right, let's see. They say Ilia is so small, but walks around close to Islam's weight. Dude, yeah, Ilia looks like he filled out. I saw him running those sprints. He looks big. He looks thick. Pause. Dariush has no chin in the lowest or in the UFC. Dariush is a sweet guy, though. He's real sweet. He's real sweet. I'd let my daughter date Dariush, bro. I'm a big fan of Ilia. Love his confidence and style. Facts, dude. Very fun to watch. The confidence is crazy. It reminds me of McGregor. Hey, King. King is back. Surprised the King is back. If Ilia loses to Charles, I think he either fights Patty and then tries to get another title shot, or he goes back down to featherweight for Topuria versus Volk 2. Please, no. I can't see that, bro. I don't want to see that. Dude, Volk wants that fight with Topuria back, though. I've heard him. I was on the phone with him last night. He was really talking about that fight. He wants to move back up if Topuria keeps winning, and he wants to fight Ilia. Maybe JDM, or maybe Islam beats JDM. Maybe Volk beats Movzar. Ilia beats Charles, and then we just do a triple threat match for the lightweight title. Ilia versus Volk versus Islam. Who would win, Prime McGregor or Ilia at 145? Ilia. Yeah, Ilia. Prime McGregor at 145 though. I think it'd be close, but I'd go Ilia. I think I would go Ilia. He's entertaining, but he doesn't throw punches like Chandler. He looks good fighting. Oh, Ilia. Ilia only fought once at lightweight, and that one time was scary. Yeah. Put him out bad. Put him out bad. He's got McGregor energy for sure facts. Please don't let Volk fight Ilia again. Facts, bro. I can't see that. My heart can't take that. Hot take, John Silva beats current Volk. I don't want to admit it, but I kind of I don't know. I don't know if I agree with you, but I could see it. I could see it. There's levels, but at the same time, Volk's chin is still sus, bro. It's sus. Very, very sus. We're going to get out of here soon, though, y'all. We're going to get out of here soon. If you haven't already, go follow the TikTok. Go subscribe to the YouTube. Hit that like button and follow the Twitch as well. We just started Twitch, and you should be able to see my schedule very soon, my streaming schedule on Twitch as well. Or I can post it in the Discord. I might have to put it in my TikTok bio as well. Islam can be argued to be top 5 all time. I think he's top 3. I think he's top 3 right now. In my personal opinion, yeah. Hot take, Islam is top 5 all time fighter. If he beats JDM, breaks the top 3 and kicks out either DJ or GSP. If he beats JDM, he's 2. If he beats JDM, he's 2. I'm gonna leave. Good night, gang. Hey, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, bro. Hey, hit that like button before you leave. Who's your number 1 and number 2 GOAT list? Jones at 1. Islam at 2. Islam's at 2. Islam at 2 or GSP. Either way, I'm fine with either way. If Islam would have beat Arman, if Arman didn't pull out and Islam would have beat him, I would have put Arman at 2 for sure. No doubt in my mind. But he fought Moicano instead, and that's not his fault, but it's a lot different than beating Arman. But yeah. Islam's already number 3 all time. I agree. I have him over Mighty Mouse. Now, is he above GSP? Dude, people don't understand as well. In this day and age, Islam's about to break the record for consecutive UFC wins. It's a tough record, bro. What is it? What's the record? 16? I think Islam's at 15. So, yeah. If Islam beats JDM, he'll tie the record for consecutive UFC wins. Longest win streak. And then if he wins one more time, let's say he goes down and beats Ilia after that, bro, he's the GOAT. He'll have wins over, first of all, 2 division champion, also holds the record for longest win streak in the UFC. But also will have a win over Ilia Topuria in his prime. Prime Volkanovski, he has a 1.5 wins over Volkanovski. The second one's like, eh. But win over prime Charles Oliveira. Win over not a prime Dustin Poirier, but one of the best versions of Dustin Poirier. Who else has he beat? Moicano. I wish it was Arman, but first round submission against Moicano. And then he still got wins over, I know this is going to sound like a hardcore take, but Bobby Green. Dan Hooker. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Let's see. Islam over Mighty Mouse. Yes. Quality of wins is not even close. They're not even on the same planet. They're not even in the same solar system, gang. JDM keeping the belt in Perth. I don't think the UFC is going to Perth this year, bro. I did some digging. They're signed up to go to Perth in 2026. Oh, you're just saying keeping the belt, okay, I see what you're saying. But yeah, I don't think they're fighting in Perth. I've seen some rumors about that. I don't think it's happening. I could be wrong, but I don't think they're going back to Australia this year. But 4 title defenses over 11 title defenses. Yeah, bro. Quality over quantity. Quality over quantity for sure. Dude, you gotta remember, bro. Was DJ's first flyweight fight not for the title? It was definitely one of them. Same thing with Anderson Silva. His second fight in the UFC was for the title. Like, Islam's about to break Anderson Silva's record for longest win streak, and Anderson Silva has so many more title wins than him because he got the title shot in his second UFC fight. The competition levels aren't the same. Along with nobody's getting a title shot in their. Well, I take that back because we got Kaya Sakura in the building. Nobody's getting their title shot in their second fight like that very often. Not like that, bro. Not like that. If Islam defends the 170 belt after beating JDM and also breaks the Silva record by 2 or more, he's the GOAT of all time and puts Jones at 2. I think, yeah, it's going to be tricky, though, if Jones fights Aspinall and beats Aspinall. That's one of his best wins. That's one of his best wins. There's an argument, but it's neck and neck. So I'll give the edge to GSP because of the title defense advantage, but resume-wise, it's neck and neck. I think the quality, the quantity is not close, but the quality, I think, is sides with Islam. DJ was fighting debutants and tough winners. Exactly, bro. Flyweight was a joke back in the day. Not taking anything away from Mighty Mouse, again, not his fault. He was phenomenal. The competition was not. JD, also, Mighty Mouse was tiny. Remember when he was fighting back in bantamweight? What is he, like 5'4"? Maybe even shorter than that. JDM versus Islam and Volk versus Mozart in Perth in October would feed generations. That would be sick. That was nasty. That was my fault, gang. My fault, bro. My fault. JDM versus Islam, Molken Vozar. Dude, that would be a banger card, bro. Banger card. They wouldn't even have to put anything on the undercard. I'd be fine with those two fights. I'd pay $80. I'd pay $80 for those two. But yeah, that would be sick. I don't think the UFC's going back to Australia this year. They went to what, Sydney? Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. But yeah, those two on the same card would be awesome. DJ's 5'2" or 5'3". Yeah, he's tiny, bro. Legit a mouse. Knowing the UFC, I think they're gonna do Jones versus Gane. Imagine, bro. Imagine. Still think Miguel Torres beat Mighty Mouse. Miguel was doing work off his back. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't seen that one. I have not seen that one. Do I need to go watch that one? Am I missing out? Islam has the most title wins at 155. The most title defenses at 155 against the best of the best, like Volkanovski again, Charles Oliveira, Moicano, Armand, Poirier, Hooker. Oh yeah, people forget, man, including myself. I forgot just a second ago. He does have a win over Armand Sarukian. Back in the day, yes, it was Armand's debut, but the win has aged beautifully. Then the GOAT Bobby Green, facts. Before he changed his name to King. Yeah, we're about to get out of here, guys. We are about to get out of here very shortly. But yeah, Topuria versus Oliveira, bro. It's not the fight that we wanted in Ilia versus Islam. I do have more hope now. Now that we've seen them beefing online, Ilia and Islam, I've got more hope this fight could potentially go down in the future. I think both guys have to win, obviously, but, well, maybe Islam could come down even if he lost at 170. Ilia would be clowning him, bro. This one could get heated. This one actually could get heated, bro. I could see it. I hope they keep chirping at each other, bro. Think if JDM beats Islam, Ilia is going to be chirping, bro. He's going to be chirping. I think it's going to push Islam over the edge to fight Ilia. I think it could happen. Let's see. Is it a hot take to have GSP possibly at 4 and Volk and Islam 2 and 3? Yeah, it's a hot take. Definitely a hot take. I have Volk high on my GOAT list as well, though. I think I have. Where do I have Volk? I have Volk at like 4 or 5, maybe 5. I think I got Jones. I'm gonna have to make a new GOAT list. I have Jones, Islam, GSP, maybe Mighty Mouse, then Volk. But yeah, Volk, he could jump up. We're about to get out of here though. Gustavo, hopefully Denver forces Game 7. Close game right now. Hey, I'm finna turn that on actually right now. I'm finna turn that one on right now when I get out of here. And then go to bed. Has Islam actually vacated? Yes. Don't know if the UFC forced him, but Islam is officially moving up to 170. The fight's basically done. They just had to find a date and a venue. But Islam's fighting Jack Della Maddalena for the welterweight strap, and then Ilia Topuria is fighting Charles Oliveira for the vacant title. Yep. King, W Stream, man, God bless you. Stay safe, brother. See you next time. Enjoy the weight cut. Congrats on being the duck of the year over John Jones. Ducking me like that. I'm not ducking, man. I'm in camp, bro. Weight cut's tough, bro. It is tough. That's why I gotta get to bed. I gotta cut some weight, bro. But I appreciate you, King. Shout out King, bro. Hey, y'all hit the like button before y'all get out of here. We're finna wrap it up really, really shortly. Very, very shortly. Yo, I love watching your vids. I appreciate you, bro. I just posted a new video on TikTok. Y'all might have seen it, maybe not. I posted it right before the stream. I haven't got to check it yet. But yeah, y'all let me know if y'all like that. I'm trying to put out new content. I'm trying to be original. But yeah, I want to post stuff that y'all like. Y'all let me know what y'all like, and I'll try to post it. Also, if you're from TikTok, bro, go check out my YouTube videos. We're trying to post YouTube videos 3-4 times a week along with the streams. So yeah, y'all hit the like button, yo. Y'all hit the like button. And subscribe to the YouTube. Go follow me on Twitch, all under the same name, Casual Take MMA. Go follow the TikTok. But yeah, we're finna get out of here. McLovin, W Stream, always enjoy them. God bless and have a great night, bro. I appreciate you, McLovin. Hey, you've been a real one, bro. I think you've tuned into every stream. Maybe you missed one. I don't know, but I appreciate you, bro. But yeah, we're finna get out of here, y'all. We're finna get out of here. Let's go ahead and end that TikTok live. I appreciate y'all on YouTube and on Twitch. Y'all are the real ones, bro. Y'all are real. Y'all the real ones. Y'all go check out my long form content. Hit the like button on there. Let me know what y'all want to see, bro. All right, last comment. Oh, we got 2 comments. Islam will sub JDM like he did Dan Hooker. I think he'll sub JDM as well. Not as easily as Dan Hooker, but yeah, I think he'll submit. I think he could submit Islam or JDM as well. Do you think Islam versus Topuria is going to happen after their fights? Before this whole incident, I thought no. I didn't think it was going to happen, but if they keep chirping, I think Ilia's getting under Islam's skin. I think it is kind of likely. Still 50-50-ish, though. But don't get your hopes up for anything. You got to learn that the hard way sometimes. Don't get your hopes up for UFC super fights. They don't always happen. But yeah, I appreciate y'all tuning in, bro. We're finna get out of here. Shout out to y'all. You said next one on Saturday. All right, last comment. You said next one on Saturday. Yeah, we're going to do a fight companion for the fight night. We're going to do a fight companion for the fight night. I don't know if we're probably not going to be able to do it every single Saturday, but we're going to try our best. I'll do one for Burns versus Morales. I'm not going to stream the whole card, man. Probably just the main card. But yeah, y'all tune in on Saturday. Y'all look out for announcements, bro. Keep the post notifications on as well.